Hello everyone, this is CinemaBigWaves and we're here to talk about the first and second episodes of popular series Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. Please hit the subscribe button before starting, and if you like the video, consider sharing it with your friends. We can start with the opening credits. A beauteous short title with a brilliant idea that shows particles that shake with vibration and make different shapes. This design refers to the Ballad of Iron Goddesses, which is symbol of this universe, and the blackness that becomes a part of mixture in shape of particles represents the evil that is going to spread throughout the world. Watching the first sequences, viewer gets the feeling of facing a piece of art that is very important to its creators and has been carefully worked on its details and artistic aspects. The choice of actors is more or less pleasant and well done, and the characters are believable for the audience, best of whom plays the role of Galadriel, who is beautiful, calm, and powerful at the same time, exactly what Galadriel should be.
But sometimes the lights shine just as brightly reflected in the water as they do in the sky. How am I to know which lights to follow?
Sometimes we cannot know until we have touched the darkness.
The atmosphere is very close to the Lord of the Rings trilogy and has the same color and mood, but it is slightly different. This difference at the same time is one of the positive points of the series, because you still feel yourself in Tolkien's world, but in an untold era. Unlike the House of Dragon series, which is similar to Rings of Power in terms of genre, you don't feel that you're watching a mediocre copy of the previous series. If you want to know more about the first and second part of the House of Dragon, you can watch our review by simply clicking on the link that appears on top of the screen. Visually, pictures are detailed and eye-catching. In an interview with the producer, it said that 800 people are working on this series with very specific tasks. For example, one person only pays attention to the movement of dust in the air due to the breathing of actors. One of the interesting and surprising points of the series is to see Khazad-dûm in its glorious days. Lord of the Rings fans have always wondered what Khazad-dûm looked like, and this series shows us with its special visual design. Howard Shore returns as the main theme composer for the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, scoring the opening titles for the Amazon Prime series. The choir sang in multiple languages, based on those created by Tolkien in his books. Tolkien invested a lot of time creating a multitude of his own dialects for Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, inspired by ancient Germanic languages. An interesting idea implemented in the music is that storylines of Harfoots, elves, and humans have their own musical theme and composition, and with this clever move, they unconsciously inspire the viewer to distinguish different storylines. Speaking about plot, what draws attention in the beginning of the first episode is that there is a probably intentional similarity between Rings of Power and Lord of the Rings trilogy. Both began with the voice of Galadriel, which I think this reference is very pleasant for the viewer. The only common characters between the series and trilogy are Galadriel and Elrond. Other characters logically cannot live 2000 years to appear in Lord of the Rings.
Nothing is evil in the beginning. And there was a time when the world was so young, there had not yet been a sunrise. But even then, there was light.
The narrative structure in the series is parallel. A number of characters who each advance their own story, and finally these lines cross each other, just like Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power is a series with good bones. The plots are interesting and full of suspense. It brings up good questions and consciously answers some while leaving others unanswered. Another point that can be added is that each storyline in the series has its own story theme. For example, Galadriel's story theme is revenge. Ronin and Arondir's story theme is forbidden love, and about Nuri's, probably a journey into the unknown. At the end, you can make some guesses about the next episodes, such as it's very likely that Elrond wants to make a farewell with the help of Celebrimbor, and we will see the making of the rings in the next parts of the story. Another guess that can be made is about the only mysterious character in the story, which is a man who falls from the sky, and according to the information we have, he's likely to be Gandalf. In order to properly judge the stranger's true identity, we have to take a look back at the context of Gandalf's role in The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. The great wizard first made his way to Middle-earth in the Third Age and arrived to aid those who battled evil, although he does not have anything to do with the Second Age. The Rings of Power may be trying to push up timelines of his arrival and involve him in the first major battles against a fully intact Sauron. The last guess that can be made is that the person who's going to aid Galadriel and her companion is probably one of the people of Numenor. The inclusion of Numenor as a key locale was all but inevitable. Sure enough, trailer footage and promotional material has confirmed the island plays a sizable role in the Rings of Power. That's all for today. We'll see you in the next episode of Rings of Power Review.